Despite heavy losses, the military from North Korea continues to take part in joint operations with Russian troops. The main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense, Kirill Budanov, has said Pyongyang is using Russia's war against Ukraine to modernize its military technology and gain an army with modern combat experience.
This war has mobilized the full military capabilities of the nations involved. Only 3 countries, Ukraine, Russia, and North Korea, are gaining direct experience in full-scale 21st-century warfare. The North Korean military of the future will be fundamentally different from its past. Kirill Budanov, the main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, in an interview with the Chosun,
the Russian Federation first engaged the North Korean military in combat operations in the Kursk region back in autumn 2024. According to intelligence reports, Ukrainian and South Korean are about 20,000 servicemen in total. The Ukrainian armed forces managed to eliminate about a third of North Korean contingent. Due to large-scale losses in January 2025, the activity of the North Korean army in Kursk direction has significantly decreased. But on 7th February, the president of Ukraine reported the Russian command again threw North Korean forces on the attacks in Kursk region. Then hundreds of Russian and North Korean servicemen were destroyed.
They are willing to attack at the risk of their lives. They're highly motivated, which creates additional problems. The Korean army is quite large, over 1 million, and while most of the military is underqualified and inexperienced in combat, their numbers help replace them as needed.
Russia plans to send several thousand more North Korean soldiers to the Kursk area. The president of Ukraine said the reinforcements from North Korea should probably partly compensate for the loss of the North Korean contingent.
We see now that a few thousand more, 2,000, maybe 2,500 to 3,000, will be transferred. It's in the process now. There will be redeployments from North Korea to the Kursk direction. This is definitely not because of the good life. Of course, we understand that they have losses. We understand that the losses are more than 4,000. I think 2/3 of them are dead.
Now, there is no concrete evidence of the presence of additional special forces or infantry units of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the combat zone, the head of Ukrainian intelligence said. On the other hand, artillery and missile units and support personnel have become noticeably more numerous. North Korean military personnel are learning quickly, adapting to modern combat tactics and technologies, Ukrainian intelligence noted. About 1,000 North Korean soldiers are being trained using new military equipment.
Their combat effectiveness has improved dramatically, not only with conventional weapons like tanks, but also with advanced systems such as drones. Vadim Skibitsky, a spokesman for the main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, in an interview with the Chosun,
Moscow and Pyongyang are also strengthening cooperation in technology, science and industry. North Korea is receiving technical assistance from Russia to develop several types of drones for mass production. In addition, Russian Federation has improved North Korea's KN-23 missile. According to Ukrainian intelligence, Russian missile experts have made technical modifications, making this missile more accurate. Previously, the accuracy was lower, with an error of 500 to 1,500 meters. According to experts, such technological progress of North Korea may pose a threat to the security of not only Ukraine, but also South Korea and Japan, which are within the range of North Korean missiles. Reported by Alexander Zaslavets, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.
Russia plans to deploy several thousand more North Korean soldiers to the Kursk front line, a move driven by the heavy battlefield losses suffered by its forces, according to the president of Ukraine.
We are seeing that another few thousand, 2,000, maybe 2,500 to 3,000, are in the process of being redeployed from North Korea to the Kursk direction. It's definitely not because of the good life. We clearly understand that they are suffering losses. We estimate their casualties exceed 4,000, with about 2/3 of them killed.
Russia began using North Korean servicemen in combat operations in the Kursk region as early as the fall of 2024. According to intelligence reports from Ukraine and South Korea, approximately 12,000 North Korean troops have been deployed in total. Ukrainian forces have managed to eliminate about a third of this contingent. Due to these severe losses, the activity of North Korean troops in the Kursk region significantly declined in January January 2025. However, on February 7th, Ukrainian president reported that Russian command had once again brought North Korean troops into the assaults on Kursk region. According to him, hundreds of Russian and North Korean soldiers have been killed, and reinforcements from North Korea are likely intended to offset these losses. However, Moscow is not only expecting soldiers from Pyongyang, but also weapons.
Вони продовжують.
They continue to maintain contact with North Korea regarding military personnel, weapons, and missiles. We are tracking all of it: missiles, artillery, troops. This is direct foreign involvement in the war, and even captured soldiers acknowledge it. This is a clear case of drawing another country into the conflict.
North Korea will continue to provide Russia with weapons in 2025, according to Kirill Budanov, chief of the main Directorate of Intelligence of Ukraine. The primary focus of this supplies is artillery systems. North Korea has built up a massive artillery arsenal over decades. In just the past 3 months, Pyongyang has delivered to Moscow approximately 120 self-propelled 170mm artillery systems Koksan and 120 240mm multiple rocket launchers M1991.
The 170mm weapons have powerful ammunition and good capability. The 240mm MLRS are like any other heavy systems. They make more problems on the front line. Kirill Budanov, chief of the main Directorate of Intelligence of Ukraine, in the interview with the War Zone.
According to Ukrainian intelligence, North Korea will also supply Russia with additional howitzers and 150 short-range ballistic missiles. The Russian army first used North Korean ballistic missiles against Ukraine in January 2024. Later, Pyongyang expanded its support by supplying troops for Russia's invading forces. Moscow has sent North Korean soldiers to the Kursk front line, where for over 6 months the Kremlin has been unsuccessfully attempting to push Ukrainian forces out of the region.
Last year, the enemy aimed to turn this region into a buffer zone and planned to advance toward Kharkiv and Sumy. Therefore, we acted preemptively and launched our own offensive, shifting the battle onto enemy territory in the Kursk region. We disrupted their plans, and today we have established our own security zone on Russian soil, along the Ukrainian border. We control about 500 square kilometers and force the Russians to redeploy their most combat-ready units from other directions. Oleksandr Syrsky, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on Telegram. The enemy is diverting a significant number of troops and, most importantly, equipment to this direction. The Kursk region is their territory, yet for more than 6 months, they have been unable to change the situation. For us and our partners, this is a very positive signal. It shows that we can and must strike the enemy wherever we have the capability and reach.
The Kursk operation could play a crucial role in future negotiations to end the war, said the president of Ukraine in an interview with The Guardian. According to Volodymyr Zelensky, if talks with Russia begin, he intends to propose a direct territorial exchange with Moscow. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Yulia Hranovska, UATV News.